Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started.
Paul Heyman has been embroiled in one of the most noteworthy feuds on the road to WrestleMania 41. His tribal chief returned on the March 10 episode of Raw to take down Seth Rollins, seeking payback for the Visionaries' earlier attack on him following their elimination from the 30-man match. Roman Reigns attacked Seth during the former World Heavyweight Champions match with CM Punk. Once he finished dealing with Rollins, he shifted his focus to Paul Heyman, who was trying to help Punk after the intense clash. This did not sit well with the head of the table. The former undisputed WWE champion quickly sprang into action, hitting a spear on the best in the world. Heyman looked stunned and nervously clasped his hands in front of the original tribal chief. This segment opens up a lot of potential avenues for the 59-year-old. Here are 3 predictions for the Wiseman on the road to WrestleMania 41. 3. He could get replaced by Attitude Era legend Rikishi. The aforementioned scenario could lead to Paul Heyman's exit as Reigns' Wiseman. The separation could open the door for a well-known figure to come in and take the role. WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi might make a return on next week's Raw after a 1,585-day absence as an interesting development in the story. The last time he appeared was during The Undertaker's retirement ceremony in November 2020. The Attitude Era legend might add an exciting new layer to the ever-evolving family dynamic of the bloodline. With a reliable partner in his corner, the original tribal chief could grow even stronger and take his dominance to levels we've never seen before. The 59-year-old's return could unite fans across generations and elevate the storyline to new heights. Although nothing is confirmed at this point, the mere thought of the Samoan legend stepping back into the ring might excite longtime WWE enthusiasts. 2. Paul Heyman could betray Roman Reigns for CM Punk. Reigns didn't have any glaring issues with Punk, as noted earlier. He only went after the voice of the voiceless after spotting his Wiseman trying to comfort the latter in the ring. Initially, the 39-year-old found it amusing, but he soon reverted to his usual behavior and rushed into the ring to take down the 46-year-old. This all traces back to Survivor Series 2024, when Heyman introduced Punk as the last member of the OTC's squad to take on the Bloodline. Reigns was uneasy about teaming up with the Chicago native. Now, Heyman might have to make a choice that could significantly alter the future of both stars. Since Heyman and Punk went their separate ways after the latter's last stint with the company, it feels like there's still some unresolved business between them. As the straight-edge superstar aims for a spot in the WrestleMania main event, having Heyman in his corner could shift the odds in his favor. It might mark the beginning of a new era in the Stamford-based promotion. 1. Paul Heyman could find a new client in Seth Rollins. It would add even more excitement if Paul Heyman actually chose to drop both Reigns and Punk as we head towards the biggest event of the year and align with Seth Rollins. Heyman embracing the Visionary as his new client could take this storyline to a whole new level. Based on what happened on Raw, it looks like we're heading towards a triple threat match featuring Roman, Punk, and Seth. While a lot of fans might think Heyman will back Punk at WrestleMania for the rumored showdown, there's a chance the storyline could be flipped on its head before the big event. Rollins has been looking for a new path for a while now. Just as Heyman helped elevate Reigns' career, he could team up with the Visionary and help him reach new levels of success. Paul Heyman has been a staple of WWE for decades, especially as the cunning, silver-tongued advocate for some of the most dominant forces in history, from Brock Lesnar to Roman Reigns. However, rumors are swirling that an Attitude Era legend, absent for 1,585 days, over 4 years, is poised to return and potentially replace Heyman as the mastermind behind a new generation of dominance. Could we be witnessing the end of Heyman's tenure as the Bloodline's Wiseman? And if so, what does that mean for his future on the road to WrestleMania 41? Here's an in-depth look at the potential replacement and 3 bold predictions for Heyman as WWE enters a new era. The legend poised to return and replace Paul Heyman. If WWE is indeed looking for someone to fill Heyman's shoes, they need a figure who commands respect, understands the business, and has history with the Bloodline or their rivals. One name that keeps surfacing is Eric Bischoff. The former WCW president and Monday Night Raw general manager hasn't been a full-time on-screen character since his brief SmackDown executive director role ended in 2019, exactly 1,585 days ago. Bischoff is a master of controversy and deception, similar to Heyman, but with a corporate and strategic edge that could drastically alter the Bloodline's power dynamics. Why Bischoff makes sense as Heyman's replacement. Ties to Roman Reigns' story. Bischoff has previously spoken highly of Roman's evolution into the tribal chief and has experience booking dominant factions. If WWE wants a shift in the Bloodline's strategy, Bischoff's cutthroat mindset could make him the perfect new advisor. Connection to The Rock, with WrestleMania 41 likely to involve The Rock and the Bloodline in some capacity, bringing back someone like Bischoff, who has worked with the Great One during the Ruthless Aggression era, adds an unpredictable element. History with Heyman. Bischoff and Heyman have long been rivals, from their WCW vs CCW days to WWE. A storyline involving Bischoff betraying Heyman and usurping his role would add intrigue. If this return materializes, how will it affect Heyman's future? Here are 3 major predictions. Prediction number 1, Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns and aligns with Cody Rhodes. If Bischoff replaces Heyman as the Bloodline's Wiseman, expect Heyman to seek revenge in the most calculated way possible, by backing Cody Rhodes. Since WrestleMania 40, there's been a lingering tension between Heyman and the Bloodline, particularly with Solo Sikoa's rising influence. If Roman feels betrayed and exiles Heyman, the former advocate could find a new meal ticket in the American Nightmare. Why this works? Heyman already teased admiration for Cody in their promos leading to WrestleMania 39. Cody and the Bloodline are still at war, meaning Heyman's knowledge of Roman's weaknesses could prove invaluable. A betrayed mastermind angle would set up an emotional, dramatic feud between Heyman and Reigns. Imagine Heyman cutting a scathing promo about how he built the Bloodline, only for Roman to cast him aside like a broken pawn. Aligning with Cody could be Heyman's ultimate act of vengeance, helping him finally finish the story in 2025. Prediction number 2, Heyman brings back Brock Lesnar for one last blood feud. The moment Bischoff takes over the Bloodline, Heyman's first instinct might be to call in reinforcements. And who better to disrupt Roman Reigns' empire than Brock Lesnar? Lesnar has been absent since SummerSlam 2023, following his loss to Cody Rhodes. His return, likely in 2025, could be a WrestleMania 41 moment. However, this time, he wouldn't be gunning for Cody, he'd be looking to dismantle the Bloodline once and for all. The potential storyline. Heyman, feeling abandoned, resurrects his greatest client to take revenge on Reigns. Lesnar, a former rival of Roman, gets a redemption arc by targeting Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. This builds to an explosive WrestleMania showdown, Lesnar vs Solo or even a rematch with Reigns. While Lesnar's return depends on his availability and contract status, if Heyman needs a nuclear option, the Beast Incarnate is his deadliest weapon. Prediction number 3, Heyman becomes the Wiseman of a new, ruthless faction. Heyman has built an empire before. If the Bloodline ousts him, he could create something even more dangerous. Imagine Heyman forming a faction featuring Julia, a dominant force from Japan, rumored to be WWE bound. Braun Breaker, the explosive young powerhouse ready for the main event. Carmelo Hayes, a charismatic star looking for a strong advisor. Heyman guiding a new wave of hungry stars could lead to a modern Dangerous Alliance-type stable. This keeps him relevant post-Bloodline and allows him to shape WWE's future. Final thoughts, is this the end of Heyman's Bloodline story? If Eric Bischoff does return after 1,585 days and replaces Heyman, WWE could be setting up one of its most shocking betrayals. But if we know anything about Paul Heyman, it's that he always finds a way to stay ahead. Whether he sides with Cody Rhodes, brings back Brock Lesnar, or builds a new faction, the Wiseman isn't done yet. The road to WrestleMania 41 could be his most unpredictable yet.